or in a bus or on the streets.
Can you?
This is a House of Parliament, must be respected,
Senator
Madam Speaker.
Osotsi, I wish to seek your very clear statement of what you need him to clarify, the specifics. The specific statement.
Madam Speaker, you have heard what he has said and is unanswered. He has talked of one individual. He needs to tell us who is this one individual. And then he has talked about this one individual after every election fighting to get into government through the handshake. We want to know the full facts of what he said. And it must be tabled in this House. Madam Speaker, we are cheapening this House through statements like this, made by people who have no regard to the status of Senate in this republic.
Now I've understood what you have asked for. I will now direct Senator Chiralige to proceed on with his debate and clarify the one individual, because the name is not yet stated. Maybe he will clarify. Senator Osotsi, don't put the cart before the horse. Yes. Allow him to finish his submission. Yes. Then you can hear who the individual is.
In fact, I want to assist Senator Osotsi that there is a court matter already in Speaker Mate of the Embu, that you cannot challenge a process at the beginning. You wait until I finish my submission. But as Speaker, I want to put the record. You know, Senator Osotsi might be, maybe he's a member of a bar. Personally, I'm a teetotaler. I don't take alcohol. So maybe he is recovering from hangovers of the long weekend, Madam Speaker. But as Speaker, the one person, and it is a fact, the one person I'm talking about is Azimio Raila Odinga. And it is a fact. In 2007, he pushed for a government of grand coalition government. It is in the public. Madam Speaker, the law talks about judicial notice. Under criminal procedure, not a civil procedure code, Madam Speaker, criminal procedure act,
so that we can make progress.
Very clear.
Finish your submission first, and then I'll give you a chance. Resume your seat, Senator.
Madam Speaker, and give me my time, because he interrupted my trail of thought. Madam Speaker, how can I substantiate the obvious? You can't, Madam Speaker. It is even judicially noticed, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we must stop this culture. The Constitution talks about national values and principles of good governance. One of the tenets or principles is rule of law. In this country, Madam Speaker, when we go to an election, I don't know of any senator, including Senator Osotsi, my neighbor. I know the opponent and the competitor of Senator Osotsi. I am not aware that the person he defeated has gone for an mandamano to take away his seat, Madam Speaker. And I want to tell the country, Madam Speaker, the illegal demonstrations being perpetuated by Azimio One Kenya lands is no longer about what they are saying about cost of living or the high cost of food. It is that they are power hungry, Madam Speaker. They want to take the power because they don't have an alternative, Madam Speaker. There is nothing they have given on the table. Madam Speaker, when Kenya Kwanza lands, Madam Speaker, in conclusion, just half a minute, when Kenya Kwanza lands, gay bipartisan, Azimio gay bipartisan talks, but they are the ones.
You have half a minute to second.
Madam Speaker, and therefore I want to ask the police tomorrow to be alert. There is no demonstrations that shall be done. There is no destruction of property or any other form, Madam Speaker, and therefore I beg to second.
Honorable Senators, I propose the question that pursuant to Standing Order 37, the Senate do now adjourn to discuss a definite matter of urgent national importance, namely the systematic breach of peace, destruction of public and private property and livelihoods through repeated incitement of members of the public to civil disobedience and illegal public demonstrations and protests that climaxed with the scenes of lawlessness witnessed in several parts of the country on 7th and 12th July 2023. As many as are of We will now allow for debate on this. Senator Manzo Daniel Kitonga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Article 1 of the Constitution says that the power, sovereignty of this nation, and talks of the power belonging to the
Senator
people.
Manzo, you'll have 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you. Talks of sovereignty of the people, and that under Article 2 of the Constitution, this power of the people is donated to Parliament, is donated to executive, and is also donated to judiciary in equal measure, and that Parliament can debate matters related to people like this one we are doing. Article 7, which has just been quoted here, allows peaceful demonstration. In Kenya, we've been having peaceful demonstration, and I'll give 2 examples. The day Raila Odinga was sworn as the people's president, the police did not interfere, no single person was killed, and even a person selling sweets in that function did not lose a sweet or money. The other day when Honorable Raila Odinga took a matatu to town, did his tea and his shoes were brushed. He had a very big meeting in the middle of town. The police did not come. Nobody's shop was looted. Nothing was destroyed. The problem has been when the law has not been followed. The law of unlawful, which explains this Article 7, is found in the Penal Code 78 and 79, and also the Public Order Act, which has regulations thereunder. Those regulations provide for peaceful demonstration, and should a person in the rank of inspector of police find that a meeting is going differently, they are supposed to issue proclamation and give people 15 minutes to clear. But unfortunately, the proclamation in this country has been a firing of a tear gas as a response. And unfortunately, that has caused a problem. So I want to really honestly state that if people's demonstrations are respected, and that's why the UN has supported this particular thing and issued a statement under human rights that you cannot disrupt peaceful demonstrations. And if the police never bothers, even tomorrow, if they keep away, not a single person will be armed, not a single thing will be looted. But unfortunately, we've heard statements from politicians. To quote the leader of majority in the National Assembly, and also my very good friend, Honorable Moses Kuria, who was in Parliament with me for 2 terms. They have issued tweets, they have issued statements. And unfortunately, these statements amount to preparation of committee of genocide in this country. Already, what is happening in Sondo is politically instigated. It is not a border problem. It is not a border problem. It has been described as a border problem by the Honorable Kidiki. It is not a border problem. It is a political problem, and we should solve it as such. I know the senator.
What's your point of order, Senator Chiradige?
Madam Speaker, I rise under Standing Order number 105 on the authenticity of facts. Can the good senator withdraw or provide evidence that the altercation that was seen in the border town of Sondu between Kericho and Kisumu counties, Madam Speaker, it comes from Makauni very far. Some of us who are neighbors know that it was about the border issue and the issue of leaflets from some of the political leaders from Nyanza region, Madam Speaker. Can he provide evidence or withdraw?
No. Just I will reply. Madam Speaker, and I can. My apologies.
So that we have order in the House, can you respond to the point of order that has...
Thank you. The Honorable Kidiki issued statement, and I've been talking to the senator, the leader of majority in this House, who has explained to me the whole situation. My interpretation of the law, which is very clear, those are tribal clashes, and it is and the leaders are doing everything in the 2 counties to mediate. The 2 senators are mediating, and they are making sure nothing goes wrong and no other Kenyan is injured, and I think I congratulate them for that. But that again is preparation for committal of genocide. Tomorrow, vigilantes have been arranged to come and confront demonstrators.
Honorable Senator Manzo, you know that is a very serious national matter. which
It
is
is.
live, you would need to substantiate. Can you bring evidence to that effect? Senator Manzo, are you able to clarify that? You are. Can you provide evidence by tomorrow 2:30? Please do. We proceed.
I proceed
Now
to say that
proceed.
also the plants, just 1 minute.
Let
the
him finish, I'll give you a chance
The
just
plant
now.
demonstrations tomorrow, there are statements to the fact that the tactics have changed and that Minister Kuria from his street and the leader of majority in the National Assembly have organized vigilantes to confront peaceful demonstrators. Again, that is preparation to commit a felony, namely genocide. So the majority side is preparing to commit genocide in this country.
Point of order from Senator Kajwang and then Senator Dangwa, Karungo Dangwa.
Madam Speaker, we are dealing with very sensitive national issues. And Madam Speaker, it cannot be allowed that it goes on the record of this House, the assertions by Senator Cherargei, that the clashes in Sondu are instigated by Nyanza leaders who are circulating leaflets. Can he, under the standing orders, substantiate or otherwise apologize and withdraw? And Madam Speaker, as you have directed, and it is unprecedented for the chair to demand for evidence from a member when a member is debating, because the chair is a referee. Madam Speaker, you must also use the same yardstick and the same rule you have used to declare that Senator Cherargei must bring evidence to that assertion if he fails to withdraw and apologize. Because, Madam Speaker, I come from Homa Bay that borders Sondu. I come from Homa Bay that borders Nandi. No leader from Luoland or Nyanza has ever sat down, has ever conspired to get arrows, to get spears, and to do oaths. Oaths are not done in the Luo community, Madam Speaker. Oaths are done in the neighboring community. My community does not use bows and arrows, Madam Speaker.
What is your point of
Senator
order?
Cherargei must be compelled to withdraw and apologize, or else he must substantiate whatever is assertion that Nyanza leaders are killing people in Sondu. And Madam Speaker, those are the kind of utterances that should automatically lead to a member being thrown out of this House, because they are utterances that can inflame a nation that is already at pains.
Honorable Senator Kajwang, I have directed that Honorable Manzo to bring evidence to support what he alleged. Equally, so I can give direction, Senator Kajwang. Let's have order in the House. I will equally direct Senator Cherargei to respond to that issue before I give a direction on it.
Madam Speaker, I don't know why you have allowed my chair, Senator Kajwang, to profile a certain community. That is so wrong. Madam Speaker, I am aware and I have evidence that certain political leaders from the neighboring Kisumu County were issuing leaflets, and I will table the evidence tomorrow from 2:30, Madam Speaker, because we have evidence. We cannot just make statements for the sake of making it, Madam Speaker. And I don't know why Senator Kajwang is getting emotional, and I've said I will table the evidence. We cannot allow, Madam Speaker, that issue of Sondu is a very sensitive issue. And while we appeal peace, we cannot allow certain political leaders to use, because we are aware, Madam Speaker, they wanted to use the issue of Sondu to try and instigate and bring lawlessness, Madam Speaker. And I'm going to table the evidence, Madam Speaker.
Honorable senators, let's have order now. Honorable Cherargei, Senator Cherargei, you'll table that evidence equally with Senator Manzo at 2:30. These are matters of serious importance, and we must not issue any statement that is reckless regarding that conflict from either side of the House. Karungo Dangwa.
Thank you very much.